Hey Kaylin666, this is Scouty111. Sorry about the volume problem on my previous video. I've adjusted my settings and I hope you can hear me better now. As you know, I'm new to this, so thanks for letting me know. And I hope I've done something that will work in terms of increasing my volume. Well, for those of you who are listening, Kayla and I have been having a bit of a conversation going on regarding the definition of meaning and the relationship or lack of relationship of meaning to atheism. So this response is really part of a larger conversation. First, Kaylin, like you, I want to make sure you understand that I do not ascribe some grand supernatural arbiter, some god or gods that provide a grand purpose, significance, or scheme for the universe. In fact, the idea of some supernatural goal setter, some supernatural object that created the universe for the purpose, intention, or desire of X, just fill in the blank, seems highly anthropomorphic to me. We as humans, with this brain of ours, we conceptualize goals and tend to describe our methods and our rationale for achieving these goals. So to think that there is some God with a similar brain and experience who conceptualizes goals and the means with which to achieve those goals seems highly anthropomorphic. I mean, the very notion of purpose involves intention or desire, and which is really very much linked to our human life experience or to life experience. So for the sake of this discussion, let's just throw out all notions of God, the goal setter, the purpose maker, the arbiter of significance. Let's just get rid of it, because you and I are both on the same page there. So it's gone. So when we do this, what remains? Thinking on some grand purpose significance scale, you really kind of relegated us to snail status, right? You know, we're all just sort of snails in the aquarium of life. And I understand exactly what you're saying in terms of some grand scale. Let's both say that on a grand scale, we're at snail status. I'll agree with you there on some grand scale. So what does that mean? We're talking about meaning. What does that mean? Here's what I want to know. Do you personally still equate your life to the snail? Are you bothered as much by snail murderers as you may be by murderers of humans? And I'm just not talking about the French as snail murderers. Sorry, I had to say that. Better yet, would you kill a human as easily as you'd kill a snail? Or should we be as bothered by snail murderers as human murderers? I mean, if all the snails were gone, this would upset the balance of probably upset the balance of the ecosystem. But let's not go in that direction for the purpose of this discussion. I want to know, can you or should we kill humans as easily as we can kill snails? If you're Buddhist, you'd probably say yes. But Kaylin, I want to know from you. So what's my point here? See, I think the reason why many theists are reluctant to let go of God concepts is that they fear that they'll lose all notions of morality, ethics, purpose, and significance, that these notions will be utterly vacuous, merely an illusion. I know that when I lost these concepts, I went around screaming for 3 days, all we are is worm food. But then I realized, okay, I'm going to set up my boundaries in terms of right and wrong, what I will and will not do. I still have some notions of purpose and significance, but they're from my human framework, a human paradigm. I'm reading some new books for the purpose of learning something new. I'm making a delicious dinner tonight for the purpose of enjoying the meal with my husband. And these experiences are fantastic, I think. Walking around with the constant thought, I'm just a snail in the aquarium of life, I think serves very little value. Purpose and significance have functional value to us, just as notions of morality serve a functional value. Hell, enjoy life, appreciate the human experience fully, be excited by what you might view as a significant finding in the field of whatever you're studying. Listen to what you perceive as some significant piece of music and be amazed by it. Learn something new, set some goals, work to achieve them. Experience the problems and enjoy the trip along the way. Purpose and significance remain in my vocabulary even as an atheist because they represent concepts within my human experience. Notice, Kaelin, that even though you don't assert some grand purpose or significance, these words remain in your vocabulary because they serve a functional purpose. They represent your human experience. You probably don't bother to say, for example, even though I don't ascribe to some ultimate significance in the universe, I find this piece of music significant to me. You might just say, wow, this piece of music is amazing to me. It's significant. And you probably don't say, I don't ascribe some ultimate purpose to the universe or to my life, but I'm going to work for the purpose of making a living. You just say, I'm going to go to work for the purpose of making a living. Purpose, significance, and morality are not vacuous concepts. And within the human experience, they are not vacuous concepts, and they don't need to be thrown away when we no longer possess some God, ultimate purpose, ultimate significance idea. Now, you talked about the degree to which our motivations are grounded in instinct. Instinctual drives that motivate our actions have frequently been reduced to the pleasure or happiness pain principle, usually meaning that all of our actions are motivated by our desire to seek pleasure or happiness and to avoid pain. And then also, there's been discussions about some of our instinctual drives are sexual, that's Freud, or instinctual drives for power, and on and on. And these drives are what motivate our actions. These issues have been written about widely in the field of philosophy, psychology, and more recently in sociobiology and psychobiology. And we're also running up against the free will issue here. So let's save that for another discussion. It's a huge issue. And this video would definitely run too long if we got into that. So one last caveat. Kaelin, I want to agree with you that as humans, we've become highly egocentric, viewing ourselves as separate from nature and other animals. And I think we're witnessing the negative effects of this position in terms of what we're doing to the planet. I do agree with you that a healthy dose of humility for us humans might do us a world of good. Well, Kaelin, thanks for listening, and for anyone else who happens to be listening. And I'm enjoying YouTube a lot. And take care. Look forward to any comments you might have.